All right, guys, welcome back. This is another comic creator chat. This week I got Carla Cohen. She's going to join us all the way from Rome, Italy. Super excited to have her here with us. Carla, anything you want to say before we get started?
Well, hi to everyone, and thanks for having me for this little chat interview. I'm always honored to do this, and I hope you will appreciate, and I will able to answer everything you have to ask me. So,
Oh, I'm super excited. I was very excited when you said, "Yeah, I got some time. We'll figure it out." And we did. It was really quick. I was like, "Oh yes, awesome!" Just because
yeah,
you've sort of taken, we'll jump into, I actually have a little slideshow we'll walk through and look at, because it's always best when I talk about a book to go, this book, the one I'm talking about, is on the screen. But
yeah,
I'm gonna throw it up here on the screen, and let's sort of look through now. This is just sort of the intro slide, and there's three sort of covers and art, and we'll jump into it. But let's start at the very beginning from your Instagram. Now, how did you get started? Because what I found on Instagram, and it was Instagram sort of when you started posting, or were you already with stuff
oh
like
yeah.
this?
Well, actually, it's not so long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
The story begins really 4 years ago when when I traveled to Florence for just staying there a bit, and then I decided to live here. I was in an art school that I was attending, but doesn't fit so much what I wanted to do. I end up in a wonderful studio with one of the biggest artists in the industry, Lucio Parillo. So I met him, and beside becoming my mentor, he became also my other part.
Ah.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so I gotta
we're
hit, because everything when you came on the scene, it was like your Parillo. Wait, say his last name. How do you say it?
Lucio
Par-
Parillo.
Parillo. His style and your style were so similar early on.
Well,
So,
I got it from him, so of course you can see a bit of him in my work. I mean, the contrary would be weird actually, because he's the only one who teach me really the painting technique with oil.
mhm.
I always been into art because I always wanted to do that, but I didn't find the right way to study it until I met him, and I met love and work at the same time. And yeah, so I started not with the will to get into the comic industry, to be honest. I just wanted to paint, and for me, I wanted more to be on the fine art. So
Mhm.
that's so to link the image you're showing right now.
Mhm.
I came up with few paintings, more of portraits, more of yeah. I really like painting kids' expressions, eyes. This was the thing that was the more yeah, exciting for me to do at the beginning when you start painting, when you start like giving a real purpose of what you're doing. For me, it was doing this. But quickly, because I was with Lucho, we started attending a convention with him. And so I met the people, the guys were here, and I say, oh, that's good what you do. Why don't you go into the comic industry, you know? And well, at the beginning, I was like, no, I don't have the level for it. And I was comparing a bit Lucho and I to all the comic couple you can see around. Also
Uh-huh.
because we have friends that are in couple and we're both in the comic industry. And it was kind of yeah, that would be nice, you know, to attend a convention together. And I mean, it will be fun, and it's also like a way for me to work and to be together at the same time, working for the same thing, same. It's kind of challenging too. So yes, I end up doing my first cover. It was for Sabrina the Teenage Witch, a
I
very
did grab that image. I love that book though. It was a great cover.
yeah, that was my first one, and I actually had a lot of pressure because for me, until you do things for yourself, like I was doing, you know, portraiture and more like kind of my subject, it's something. But when you're committed to do something, it takes totally another level. You know, when you work for private or when you work for DC or Marvel, like even if the same, if I will provide the same quality work, it's not the same in terms of pressure. Because when you feel you work for this big thing, and with strict deadlines. That's what
Mhm.
artists are kind of struggling with, because deadline uh, i- yeah, it's putting pressure on you. So I was like, okay, I'm doing my first covers, and the first one I did some very quickly other covers for Mount Olympus comics with the Samurai of Oz, the Snow White, the Apocalypse Girl. I mean, independent title with the writers and editors, independent, that gave me their trust. So I wanted to high the level, raise the level each every day. Um, and um, and yeah, and where I end up now is that I'm part of a very big project that I can't tell you, but yeah, you will see me in big titles very soon.
So let's talk about these three here, because you Mount Olympus is the one in the center. So
Yeah,
you ended up doing special covers for these are like Kickstarters, I believe, where you were the
yeah,
incentive cover. Because I know the Snow White, I jumped on the Snow White too late to get this one, but this the Snow White 3 came out just recently, and that there was like 2 or 3 left, and I missed it. But then you have this one here, and then the Apocalypse Girl on the left.
yeah,
All big time covers that people don't know about because they weren't sold in stores. They weren't even sold. It's like stores did. I don't know about Apocalypse Girl, but I know the other two were only like available through Kickstarters. Like you could
yeah.
only do them.
At the beginning, I was part in a project that, yes, they gave me some visibility because they're cover artworks anyway. But to build your fan base, let's say, you need some big titles or things that people can buy in shop and say, oh, who did that cover? And the first very one, I think, was my series for Vampirella,
Yes,
because
through
that was
Scorpion.
yeah, for Scorpion I did so many works for them, and Comic Kingdom of Canada,
Hmm.
those both
Oh, I don't have
store
those here.
exclusive. The
Hmm.
store exclusive I did for Red Sonja and Vampirella are the main project that gave me, exclusive C2E2,
Hmm.
people at the booth looking for your exclusive of the show. So those ones gave me more visibility, but still, I believe that you need to work with everybody. So I, as soon as I have spots available on my cover artwork schedule, I handle small, big, store exclusive, anything that can be interesting as a subject. I like doing everything. So.
Well, and these are images pulled from your Instagram. What I love, especially
Mhm.
the one on the left with the Mary Jane it shows you painting it. This is a blank cover that you're doing as a commission.
Yes,
People don't do this. They don't paint.
no, no, they don't. And at the beginning, I'm the first one who tried.
Hmm.
But yeah, I've been committed since the very beginning to do those blanks cover using oil painting.
Hmm.
And yeah, I kind of like it because you give life to a book that just has a blank cover, and you put like I try to be as much realistic as I can, and yeah, I think I like to show my process as this Mary Jane.
Hmm.
I can see my progress through those years that now I'm doing. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
because
add some more realism even. I like working on small format, to be honest. Some of my covers are original art, but they never exceed 30 centimeters per 50. So um, I like working on small format. When you have a higher demand on cover artwork, I actually use digital art.
hmm.
uh, I try as much to keep traditional art my main base, but because of deadlines, because of changes and correction that drives you crazy sometimes,
Yeah,
you need to take part of the digital art, because if you know how to use it properly, the right amount, and so you can get that's a great solution
I do.
for our times.
I do have to say, going back through your Instagram, and in 4 years, the growth that you've shown. You obviously had artistic talent before you started posting pictures on Instagram. But
Well,
to
I think
see,
so, but I think, to be honest, I think I had the best teacher ever
mhm,
because it works a lot. Because even before meeting Lucho,
mm,
yes, I was into art. I always dive into art, but when you don't know the way to do it, you can have a 10-year experience. You're always going to be there.
yeah.
In 4 years, having Lucho every day with me as we share our life together, for me, it's like a non-stop mastership, you know.
Well,
So,
the X23 here that I showed where you drop the varnish and you have several
mhm.
videos. That's Lucho. When I follow him on Instagram, that's like my favorite scene when he pours it out and you do the same thing. I'm like,
I wish he
oh,
can hear you.
I don't know. Like you don't see a lot of his process, but then you see him do that and you're like, he just took what was a good painting. And I don't know why shiny makes it more important, but it's more important now because it's shiny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, he likes his varnishing, his painting, and doing those videos makes even me when I watch him doing this,
Mm,
it's like applying varnish is the world satisfaction you can get. Like, oh, it's over, it's finished, and this shiny brings the amazingness to the thing.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's nice, and I borrow the idea from him. I I borrow basically all the ideas as he also explained me which tool to use and everything. So I'm pretty grateful for that and that video I did. But I did a reels. He doesn't use reels until yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But
Nah.
yeah,
And this is
we
great.
well, thank you so much.
So and then we get into a few more we want to show and look at. The when you came on my radar, and I'm right, and we help at a spec site was with this one on the left here, this Dear Becky cover
Dear
that you
Becky.
did. You
Well,
did
this one
for
is the regular. I did a gold version too.
mhm. And
Yeah, that
one
was
was
an
for a
exclusive
con,
one.
the Mega Con in Orlando, right? And then you did it for a
Mm,
store at the same time.
mm,
Is that
yeah, yeah, that was MegaCon, but we didn't attend MegaCon.
mm. Wait? Say that again.
We
You did
didn't
it?
attend it. Like it was an
Oh
exclusive
yeah,
for MegaCon, but we didn't attend MegaCon like anyone actually.
yeah. And that was right as the pandemic hit. That was and it got released online. But this is the book that put your name, went from, okay, she's doing awesome cover, she looks like Lucho, to, oh wait, she did a cover that everyone wants. And this book went from being $30 when you could buy it to like three
Well,
hundred dollars.
I have to thank actually. I'm pretty grateful in my life first for Lucho, but also for some of comic retailers that put their trust in me and give me
Mm-hmm.
some great titles to work on. Scorpion Comics is the one that gave me the most important title so far. I
Mm-hmm.
say so far because I have some more. I'm teasing right now,
Yeah.
yeah, they gave me some strong title. Even the boys, Sari, the the the
Mm-hmm.
girl and the woman. I don't know their name. I'm not very into the.
Starlight and Homo.
Yeah,
Oh, shoot. And yeah, and there's more than this, guys. You can go to her Instagram, you can go look them up. She's done 3 or 4 different covers of these 2 characters, just different levels of awesomeness. And then the one in the center is Money Shot, #1. I'm not sure what
yeah.
is it, Comic
That was
Kingdom or
comic.
King?
Yeah, Comic Kingdom of Canada is the other retailer I'm grateful about because they give me Red Sonja Money Shot and some nice cover titles, also in Sacred and Natural and those stuff.
Yeah. So then you have, here's Unsacred. You did 2 or 3 covers of the Unsacred book, which is Mirka and Dolfo's stuff, and then the one in the center I loved, and that I know, and you said it's not quite your favorite. I loved it mainly
You
because I
know
love the
why
series.
it's not quite my favorite? Because this one is digital, whereas the
Oh,
other two ones are traditional. And for me, it's a whole different process. And
hmm,
I always, I mean, you're enjoying more doing painting rather than when you know traditional art, you prefer to paint rather than paint on
yeah.
digital. So
Well, okay, and that makes more. You say that, and I'm like, okay, I can sort of see a difference between the two side by side here. Of, okay, not that there's a drastic, like it's not obvious, but you say it, and now my brain goes, I can see how that there's a digital side to it a little bit, just not
and also
drastic.
as an economic point of view between you and I, when you have an original to sell, it's always better than reverse
Oh
vinyl,
yeah.
you know.
No,
So
because I think do you sell your stuff through Scott's Collectibles? Your originals?
uh, yes, too. It depends.
It just depends. And then of course you guys read Sonya. Guys, I'm gonna throw in some Vampirilla because I forgot. I think it was like issue 8, 9, and 10, or 6, 7, 8, something like that for Scorpion
No,
Comics.
it
They're
was from
gorgeous.
issue 8, and we did till issue 14. So
Oh wow.
pretty, yeah, a lot of covers, to be honest.
Um, but yeah, so man, I really want to know what you got coming. This is what you have right now on Instagram that you're just having fun. I love
Yeah,
this. Just talk
yeah.
about what this is.
Okay, I'm having so much fun. The story began just in a art supply store with Lucho, and we didn't find what we were looking for. But in an art supply store, as an artist, it's like a candy shop for kids. You always find something to buy, and that day I say to Lucio, "Okay, I want some glitters." And so I buy some glitters, but then I didn't pretend to have glitters all over the house, all over me every day since a week now.
Mm,
And I'm doing those blank cover, just adding those glitter background, and I'm kind of having so much fun because I'm applying them and then working on my subject. So first I do the background, whereas generally is the reverse. But as I don't know how it's gonna come up, I prefer to do the background first.
mm,
And yeah, it comes very nice because it gives like a kind of a fancy glamour touch into the art that I really appreciate. Also the iridescent one, it doesn't have a color, it's not white. It takes like when you move it like this. So I think
yeah,
blasted on a CGC box, it can be very cool.
that might.
But
Yeah, and
I'm
then you have.
sold out.
Oh, so are you? So you already sold out the ones you made of this? Like
Oh
you
yeah.
did. Okay, and see it's one of those. Gotta follow you on it because I saw you posted. That doesn't surprise me that it sold out probably immediately. People probably DM'd you and say, "I want that one. Can I have the next one?" So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
no, I'm pretty happy about that because I'm happy when I come up with a new idea and that fans are responsive of what I'm posting, and those glitter art week has been quite successful.
So that's sorry. Like, and guys, you go to. I keep mentioning her Instagram. Go to follow her on Instagram. I think it's fun to me that your picture, your I guess story, or your stories are you just going to eat. Hey, I like this food. I like this. Just regular things, and then you have pictures of your comic art throughout the thing. They're just gorgeous paintings of.
Well, I always advise to put notification on because on my story I post a lot of my work in progress that I don't
Mhm.
want to be shown on my feed because I don't like to see. I mean, till it's not finished, you're never like 100% convinced about it. So I
Yeah.
post my work in progress, but more on the story, or I put on the things up to your feed.
Mhm.
I add them here and so they can watch after. But yeah, if you follow me, you can see everything on my process.
I'm sitting going, man, I need to go back through and I'm gonna have to go to Scorpion and see if any of those books are left that you did for Vampirella because they're just gorgeous covers.
Well,
Uh,
I know that they're pretty sold out. Like the
mhm.
8 sold out. I think from the 10 and above, you can still find some copies. I think.
Okay. Um, so, and I want to know what you have coming, but you can't tell me.
I
Can you tell me?
can't.
Can I get like? Is it a major publisher? Is it still like doing dynamite stuff? Oh, it's major. Ooh, that's even more exciting. When do you not have an idea when it'll be revealed? Like, is it where like
um,
it's in a previews coming up, or is it?
yeah, they give me a pretty tight deadline, but actually they release, I would say in May or something like this. But I think there will be a teasing and preview things.
That is very so. One of the big boys, you get to do one there. Are you doing just the covers, or are you going to get to do some insides?
No, I don't. I will never do inside.
Okay, so you're
I'm
strictly a
not.
cover artist.
I'm not trained for.
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have the will to do it because once you do interior, you only do this. I think I have still a lot to learn on
Mm-hmm.
cover artwork rather than doing like 100 different things and not doing good. Like I prefer to be like great on doing one thing, and also because I really love working with private clients and commissions,
Mm-hmm.
and interiors just take your full life.
So would you, I know you've gotten here lately, you're doing comic books types to characters. Do you still do like portraits for people or any of that? Or are you sticking to straight comics because it's,
Well, besides once a year, that's one client come up with a crazy idea about painting him with your two dogs. I don't have any more those kind of commissions so much.
yeah.
I'm more doing, but clients are pretty. They give me pretty freedom to do.
Mm-hmm.
They let me choose the character sometime. They let me choose anything. But I have to say mostly what people ask me is that female. Like so far I never did like a Batman because no one wants a Batman from me. I don't know, but they prefer like a nice chicks rather than a Batman looking straight.
I guess I've only seen, I showed that picture earlier of Batman Who Laughs just strictly because that threw me off. I was like, I have never seen Carla do Batman, and then you did the Batman Who Laughs cover. I'm not even a cover. I guess
Oh
it was
yeah,
a commission.
yeah.
Um,
This one was a personal challenge. But yes, like I'm not into the horror one, so I don't like Spawn, I don't like Venom, I don't like
mm,
uh, not much that I don't like, but it's more about fantasy, and I'm more like into the realistic, so I need to be based on the real things.
okay.
And real things are beautiful woman or anything, Venom and other stuff like this, they don't make me like so enthusiastic. Like if I had to do them,
Hmm.
okay, but I think you should ask someone what she's good at. And to be honest, if you have to have a Venom, I would never ask myself to do a Venom. I would better commission Lucho or any other artists that are
Yeah.
very good with Venom. I'm good with I don't know, a portrait of Spider Gwen or a Catwoman licking her hand or something. It's
Yeah.
okay. But Venom, I would rather commission another artist.
Okay.
Not that I want to take out work from me, but I think it's honest to say that I'm not into the creative fantasy. I think there are better artists for that.
So, are you waiting to? Since you only seem like you do sexy women, are you ready to jump into? Okay, I'm gonna do a sexy man. I'm doing Conan or Superman with his shirt off or anything like that, or you're like, nah.
Why not? Why not? This no, yeah, why not? But the thing is that if you take the statistic of the comic industry, it's like 85% of men. So I'm not like, I mean,
Yeah, you
I
you
will
you're
not
selling to
have,
the people that are gonna buy it. So,
yeah. So it will not be a very smart, wise choice to do like sexy man, because I don't have. I mean, so far, I think I never had a client woman. So,
yeah, that makes, yeah.
you need to, I mean, if I were just a fine artist, as I told you
Hmm.
before, you can just wake up and do anything that comes through your mind and you will sell it after. As I'm
Yeah,
commissioned to do things, you need to do things that people like. So I'm free, but not totally. And I like it. I don't complain about it. But
yeah.
if people like
What's
this for
the
me, I
what's the most unusual thing that someone's asked you to commission you to do for them? Like you're like, I can do that, but I'm not quite sure what you want, or how am I going to interpret that, or
oh, well, that I don't know if it's gonna match, but a guy asked me to do him, but as kind of how to say uh horse rider.
oh, a centaur, or riding a horse.
No, kind of a hierarchic, a very chic, like a duke or a
Oh
countess
yes.
or
Hmm.
high class society, So like this, with his two dogs. And when I wrote that, I just like kidding. It's like, no, no, it's too
Yeah.
much. Or sometimes cover artwork that they ask you like, can you put that figure and also a big church chapel with the, I mean, and they think you're like an architect and a painter and a character designer at the same time, and they want to put the life in the cover artwork. Like they want to do like 100 things, so confused idea, and they want to put everything there. Whereas in terms of composition, you can't like put
Yeah.
no, doesn't work.
No, everyone's like, okay, I want to get as many things as possible, thinking that makes a better picture. And you're like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
artistically, a person,
No,
they're going up a mountain or but no, you can't do everything.
I, I had an art teacher
Mm.
in my higher school that say kiss. He was American actually. Kiss means keep
Keep it.
it simple and sexy. And I
Oh,
like
see,
it
I haven't
that
heard the
way.
sexy part.
I like it that way because like sometimes less is more.
Hmm. See, I've always heard keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, well, no, no. Keep it simple and sexy is cool.
So very nice. Carla, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, I'm going to have this on the article. This is once again comicbookinvest.com. You're going to see, you can go and follow her on Instagram. You can keep up, follow her on Facebook. She's rocking it out. Pay attention. Hopefully she'll reveal, or one of the big two will reveal, hey, what she's about to have come out. And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
of
where to
course.
line up for it. So,
Once I will be able to, I will do a huge big announcement.
so
But yeah, thank you for having me there, and it was a very nice chat.
yes,
Anything, just go on my social, message me anytime.
thank you so much. All right, guys.
Thank you.